ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। We can chant from 22. Ananyāścintayento māṁ
अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो माम्
ये जनाः पर्युपासते
ये जनाः पर्युपासते
तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां
तेषाम् नित्याभियुक्तानाम्
योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्।
योगक्षेमम् वहाम्यहम्।
येऽप्यन्यदेवता भक्ताः
ये अप्यन्तदेवता भक्ताः
यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः
यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः
तेऽपि मामेव कौन्तेय
तेऽपि मामेव कौन्तेय
यजन्त्यविधिपूर्वकम्।
यजन्त्यविधिपूर्वकम्।
अहं हि सर्वयज्ञानां
अहं हि सर्वयज्ञानाम्
भोक्ता च प्रभुरेव च।
भोक्ता च प्रभुरेव च।
न तु मामभिजानन्ति
न तु मामभिजानन्ति
तत्त्वेन तश्च्यवन्ति ते।
तत्त्वेन तस्य शवन्ति ते।
यान्ति देवव्रता देवान्
यान्ति देवव्रता देवान्
पितॄन् यान्ति पितृव्रताः
पितॄन् यान्ति पितृव्रताः
भूतानि यान्ति भूतेज्याः
भूतानि यान्ति भूतेज्याः
यान्ति मद्याजिनोऽपि माम्।
यान्ति मद्याजिनोऽपि माम्।
पत्रम् पुष्पम् फलम् तोयम्
पत्रम् पुष्पम् फलम् तोयम्
यो मे भक्त्या प्रयच्छति
यो मे भक्त्या प्रयच्छति
तदहं भक्त्युपहृतम्
तदहं भक्त्युपहृतम्
अश्नामि प्रयतात्मनः
अश्नामि प्रयतात्मनः
यत्करोषि यदश्नासि
यत्करोषि यदश्नासि
यज्जुहोषि ददासि यत्
यज्जुगोषि तदासि यत्
यत्तपस्यसि कौन्तेय
यत्तपस्यसि कौन्तेय
तत्कुरुष्व मदर्पणम्.
तत्कुरुष्व मदर्पणम्.
Yeah. So in the last class we saw again continuing the topic of Sakama Bhakti and Nishkama Bhakti, that Sakama Bhakti, nothing wrong with Sakama Bhakti, but one has to, Sakama Bhakti is the doorway, the window for us to appreciate, to move. Once we appreciate Dharma, Artha, Kama, Purusharthas are appreciated, then Moksha is appreciated, Parama Purushartha Moksha. Takes a while to appreciate that, and therefore Sakama Bhakti is important. And then after that, Nishkama Bhakti is natural. Once our Viveka improves, our understanding improves. So what happens? The study feeds into that bhakti improves, then the study seems to yield result, and then it goes like that. It works just like any other subject. And here clarity keeps on improving. Therefore, then our bhakti also improves. And bhakti improves, clarity improves. So that is how it works here in this our Vedanta. And so, and therefore, dharmartha kamartham idam karma karomi. From there, antakarma shuddhyartham idam karma karomi. Okay? It's a big jump, big leap. And Swami Paradyanandaji says it's such a big leap that you are doing Tyaga. Tyaga. Next verse he's going to say Sannyasa Yoga Yukta. We'll talk about that a little, okay? And so it's a big leap because you are saying my karma and artha are not an end in itself. I am willing to, if I have to suffer some pain, suffer some inconvenience, so be it, because it is okay. It is not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Body means that pain will be there. Suffering need not be there. Pain will be there. Suffering is mental. Pain is physical, okay? Remember that. And therefore, that's the beauty here. And so Nishkama becomes our goal. That is why if you look at our mantras that we chant here, Bhadran Karne Bhishrunuya. See, Sahana Bhavatu is there. There is no problem. It's beautiful, wonderful. Why? Because, see, Avatu, protect. There also protection is required. Even Guru is asking for protection. Who is asking for protection? What kind of protection? That you live long and all that? No. There's no live long here. There is no live long, etc. in Sahana Bhavatu. Protection for the communication of the Shastram, because the Shastram is so precious. Like a baby, how you have to, the baby is there means you have to be very extra careful, both mother and father and everybody else is just extra careful. You can't make a mistake anywhere, you can't afford. And so extra care, and then slowly you let go. So that extra care is needed for the Shastram, because teacher also has to be good. Really, in Vedanta, I think we can make a statement: the teacher has to be crystal clear about the subject matter, first, number one, and after that, communication. A jnani need not communicate. Jnani can keep his or her mouth shut. Nothing wrong. There is no rule that he or she should teach. But the teaching comes means now you are begin to communicate And there's so many ideas out there. And you have to cut through all those ideas. And therefore, Sahana Abatu. Because the teacher needs protection means what? The ideas have to come. Let ideas flow out of the teacher's mind and let the teacher reduce confusion as opposed to increase the confusion. People will feel, what is this? After all this, not getting it, I'm not going anywhere, right? I'm not going anywhere. That's what they say. So that feeling might come. But clarity is, and that clarity keeps on improving. So that is Sahana Bhavat. That Bhadran Karne Vishruniyama Deva. How many of you have heard this mantra? Bhadram Karne, very famous mantra. Look at this mantra, okay? Karne bihi Bhadram Shruniyam. He says, may we hear auspicious things with our ears. In this mantra, there is no prayer about let me live long and this and that. This live long business is not a Vedic mantra at all. It is there, okay. Everybody wants to live long, okay. But after that, we give up that idea completely. Because live long means how long can the body live? After 90, what will you do? So we have to think about, wait a minute. When I'm 50, when I'm 40, wait a minute. How should I change my outlook? What is there to look for in life? When can I say I'm done? Done means done with the uppercase D-O-N-E. That we have to think. Therefore, our prayers and all this is Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha, Sarve Santu Niramayaha. Okay, very important. Let everybody be happy. Let everybody be free from disease. That is true. And so that prayer is always there. But when it comes to the self, when Viveka comes, we don't hang on to that mantra. Let me be better. Generally, let me be better. Good. I think that prayer is good. But my life is not dedicated to prolonging this body's health. If my life is dedicated to prolonging this body's health, my whole pursuit is different. I think all of you know that by now. Therefore, Bhadram Karne Bihi Shruniyama. May we hear the things that are most auspicious to us. Means what? Brahma Vidya. And anything else that is required to bring Brahma Vidya to me. Elsewhere it says, Vang me manasi pratishtita mano me vachi pratishtitam oh, this is a big list. Anyway, we'll see. Bhadram karnebi shrunayama devaha. Hey devaha, let us hear the auspicious things. Means things parama purushartha vishayaha shrunayama. Okay, correct? Now you have to interpret. Now you have the capacity to interpret these shlokas. You have the capacity. Okay. Initially dharma, Bhadram dharma. Let me not deviate from the path of dharma. Then you graduate from that because now dharma is very natural to you. Then what next? Next is moksha. So therefore, parama purushartha vishayaha bhadram karnebi shrunayama devaha means shravanam. Let me now just shrotavyam is a vakyam, vidhi vakyam in the Vedas. Therefore, I have to now focus on that. Shrotavyam. Listen. Pantavyam ityadi. Okay. Bhadram shrunayama Karnebi Shrunayama Devaha Bhadram Pashye Maksha Birya Jatra. Now I see these five sense organs are there. Constantly they are available for us. Now we have to decide how to use them. So Bhadram, again Shastram says Bhadram. Bhadram means Mangalam. Mangalam means what? There is only one thing that is Mangalam in this world. Bhadram in this world. And that is Atma. And that is Purnatva. Therefore, if I do anything that is not contributing to my Purnatvam, that is Amangalam. Amangalam, Abhadram. Therefore, Bhadram, Pashyema, Akshabihi. Through my eyes, let me see things which again help me gain that Parama Purushartha. Otherwise, Dharma. Let me see things. That three monkeys are there. Don't see this and then don't hear some bad things and then don't speak ill of others, etc. It's three monkeys. It's a very beautiful thing. It's very inspiring for kids and all. You keep it in the house and then the children will see it and then they imbibe that message. Very beautiful. So, from dharma to moksha. Sthirairangai stushtuva gumsastanubihi. Anga. Then from sense organs, the mantra is coming to all the body parts. Sthiraihi angaihi. Anga. He's saying, let the body be in one place and let it be stable. Let it not be restless, moving all over the place like the dog which has nothing to do but is very busy. Okay. And people are like that. They can't sit. They can't just, it's not possible. So, sthirairangaihi. Because Shastra means sthirairangaihi. Can't keep on fidgeting like this, kata kata, kutu kutu, and then just sitting. See, I think I don't know how many of you have done that. I mean, I enjoyed it when I used to sit for hours and hours in classes. For me, it was not a problem, but it could be a problem. I can imagine that. So, somebody that's new and sitting for hours and hours like this, listening to the same thing. Okay. Sthirairangai tushtuva gumsastanubihi vyashema devahitam yadayuhu. Like this mantra goes. Anyway, I don't want to go to the entire mantra. Another mantra that comes to me now. Vang me manasi pratishtita, mano me vachi pratishtitam. Very beautiful. See, Vang means vak. Vak means speech. Vang me manasi pratishtita. In my mind, let my words be rooted in the mind. Means what? Means what? Let me not speak anything that is not consistent with my thinking. I think one thing, I speak something else. No, I must do this. I must help the person. Then immediately say something else. Something. Vang me manasi pratishtita, mano me vachi pratishtitam. Just to be sure, Shastram is saying, hey, let my mind be situated, rooted in my speech. So that means speech and mind should be aligned with each other. Aligned. Arjuna, Krishna is going to say later. Arjavam in this one. 13th chapter is going to talk about it later. Values. After all this, Vedanta is going to talk about values. He's going to come down. Since the values are important, he's going to say. So sometimes some teachers, okay, not in our Ashavidya, I have not seen it. Some teachers take the 13th chapter before coming to second, third, etc. Sometimes some people do that. That's because 13th chapter has values. Mano me vachi pratishtitam aviravirmayedhi vedasya maani istah shrutam mema prahasit ahoratran sandadami. Ahoratran sandadami. Okay, day and night I keep this vision in mind. Okay, ahoratra. One beautiful thing. Second, minute, hour. This word hour, Hour, they say it comes from some Latin, Greek, and Spanish. Spanish, hora. Hora. From Spanish, hora, you get English hour, Hour. The amazing thing is, ahora transandadami. Ahora. Ahaha means day. Ra means ratri. Ahoratran. This hour comes from ahaha and ratri. Day and night is equal to combined become hour, and then they use that hour for that time gap. This I learned recently somewhere in one researcher had written, and he mentioned it. I was so impressed by that. I don't know if it's true or not, but it appears to be true. Anyway, so this Parama Purushartha is our goal. One more, I'm trying to look for this one. என்ன மந்திரம் அது it says may I not swerve from the path of Brahma Vidya. Okay, and then may Brahma Vidya not leave me. Both. Both it says. That is a mantra. Beautiful mantra it is. I don't know. I'm not getting it. So it's another Shanti mantra. Okay. Our mantras are all like that. We don't spend too much time praying for the body and all that. because that's okay. That's temporary. After that, we need to move on.
Apyayantu mamangani.
Apyayantu, correct.
Correct.
Correct,
Apyayantu
correct.
mamangani.
Apyayantu mamangani. Vak pranachakshu shrotramatho balamindriyani cha sarvani. Okay, indriyani and all should be proper. Minimum hearing, ear should be proper. If it's not proper, put a hearing aid. Nothing wrong. Put a hearing aid because Shastram is so important. And these days, hearing aid is available. Amazing, people are able to hear. And the size of the hearing aid also is becoming micro now. And so, no problem. If you have any problems about that, you should not have problem. Vedanti should not have problem that, oh, what will people think if I'm wearing a hearing aid? What will people think? They think not bad. This old man, 90 years old, is putting a hearing aid and listening to Shastra. My God, it's very inspiring. That's what they will think. So, apyayantu mamangani. Vak prana chakshu shrotra mato balam indriyani cha sarvani. All sense organs and all organs of action, let them function to their best ability. Okay, then what? Sarvam Brahmopanishadam. It just comes to Brahmopanishadam. Sarvam Brahma. And that is the message of the Upanishad. Therefore, Upanishadam. Upanishad says Sarvam Brahma. So, switch your attention now. Once all, everything is there. Shravanam Kuru. Sarvam Brahmopanishadam. Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. May I not reject Brahma. Look at this prayer. May I not reject Brahma. After listening to all this, don't say Sarvam Brahma. Yeah, where is my coffee? Get the coffee first, okay? And bhaji and all, where is it? This Brahma is too is saltless, tasteless, this, that Brahma. And don't say that. Okay, you're right also in one way, but don't give up. Okay, Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. Mama Brahma Nirakarot. For no reason should Brahma leave me, it seems. What a prayer it is. This is how our prayers are. It's just too amazing. So we are, we have to see how slowly we are beginning to understand our culture, the type of prayers we do and all that. So our prayers also should change. From the routine prayers we learned as children, we have to now come. Yesterday in our class, Swami Parivadhyananda ji was saying, some topic came up, he said, no, our parents didn't know. That's all. You can't blame anybody. They didn't know. That's it, over. Parents didn't know. That is why we didn't hear about any of these things as when we were children or adults or whatever. We didn't hear anything. Somewhere, somebody said, and then I heard about it. That is how it has been in India. It has become like that for various reasons. So we can't blame anybody. That it's not. Don't think your parents knew. That is what Swami was saying yesterday, just yesterday. So this bhakti, therefore, Sakama bhakti is important. Then Nishkama bhakti. And the stories of Nishkama Bhakti, we have too many in India. Too many. Mirabai, North se lekar South tak, Dakshin tak. We have a lot of stories. And Kannappa Nayanar, there is a story. Beautiful story. Everywhere you hear about Kannappa Nayanar. Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Yome Bhaktya Prayachiti. This Kannappa Nayanar story is perfect. Of course, Rama, Shabari is there. Shabari's story we know. And then she ate these fruits, it seems. And then whichever fruit is sweet, she kept it aside. Throw that. Because this bear, a bear is a very funny fruit. And it is very unpredictable. And you will always be disappointed with bear. You will always be disappointed. You will always feel, I did not get my money's worth. You should buy those bear which have insects in them. Then only the fruit will be tasty. Anyway, so that is an example. Same Kannappa Nayanar also. Kannappa is a hunter. And then there's a story, they go on the mountains and all that, and they with his friend and all, he goes, and then they're all hungry. They hunted a forest pig, and then they're supposed to eat it. But then suddenly he thinks of Shiva who's there on the mountain. And then he goes. Then he comes back and says, oh my God, how can I go empty-handed? Then he he takes some water and some this Naivedyam. Naivedyam is this meat. And the meat also should be proper. And so he tastes all this meat and then makes sure the portion of the meat that is tasty and he puts it in this tasted meat. This one. This is Shankaracharya quotes this in his Shivananda Lahari. Some of you are nodding your heads. Shivananda Lahari is telling the story for us. Marga Vartita Paduka Pashupatehe Angasya Kurchayate Paduka. Okay. Paduka. His chappal. Paduka means hunter is wearing something. You don't call it Paduka, but Shankaracharya calls it Paduka. Why? That Paduka he is putting as the crown for Shivalinga. That Shivalinga that is there, Swayambhu in that mountain, and Paduka. This is sacrilegious. This is sacrilege. You can't you can't even bring the chappal nearby. Where is the question of putting it as a abharanam? No chance. But this is what Kannappa does. Then he doesn't have a bag and this and that. So he brings this. No, this is a Dasani bottle, the water bottle and all not available those days. And so he just drinks he just takes the water and keeps it in his mouth. And he's carrying like this. And then he's doing Abhisheka. He is just as though spitting the water out on the Shivaling. And then offering this, what is that called? He's called Kinchit Bhakshita Mamsa. It's consumed. Shankaracharya, Bhakshita Mamsa. Mamsa, at least if you say so, Bhakshita Mamsa means it tasted already gone into the mouth. And that kind of Mamsa, Shesha Kabalam Navyopaharayate. Okay, this is Naivedyam. And then Abhisheka. What is Abhisheka? Gaddu Shambu Nishechanam Puraripoho Divyabhishekayate. This is the thing. Gargled water. Imagine gargled water. At least you put water, that's one thing. Then you gargle, and then you split. That water, it seems, was given to Shiva. And so this is the kind of beautiful bhakti that we see here. 63, shloka number 63. Bhakti hi kimna karoti. Aho manacharo. Bhagavan Shiva. Patram pushpam phalam toyam visa. But this is Kannappa takes it one more level, takes it to another level on the way. Shavari and all these stories we have, beautiful stories that tell us that we need to let go of certain niyamas. We need to go to a point where it's not that we should do that. We cannot do that. We should not do that. When you can do it properly, you do it properly. And so when the situation arises. When the situation arises, will I complain or will I bhakti rule my heart when the situation arises? When you are in a particular situation, okay, so then I'm not going to be worried that I can't do this puja, that puja, I don't have this, I don't have that, etc. All the puja samagri, all the niyamas are required for us to grow out of niyamas. Correct? Entire life is like that. You do all the things so that finally you end up, the body can't do all that finally. So we need to keep that in mind. And so, therefore, so Nishkama Bhakti we've been studying, and Swami Paramarthanandaji reminds us, hey, what is the difference between Nishkama Bhakti and Karma Yoga? Chapter 2 and 3 we have studied Karma Yoga. Yogastha, chapter 2, Yogastha Kuru Karmani Sangam Tektva Dhananjaya Siddhya Siddhyo Samo Bhutva Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Samatvam was talked about. Okay. And then third chapter, Sarva Karmani Mayi Sarvani Mayi Sarvani Karmani Sanyasya Adhyatma Chetasa Nirashir Nirmamo Bhutva Yudhyasya Vigatajwaraha. Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya. Having given all your karmas to me. Means having offered whatever I do, I am offering to Bhagavan. Then yes, talked about there itself. That is third chapter. Okay, third chapter, 30th shloka. And second chapter, 48th shloka is prasada buddhi. Samatvam yoga uchyate. So yoga uchyate. Yoga is should be understood as samatvam, like that Krishna says in that second chapter. So that same Ishwararpana buddhi, prasada buddhi, Ishvara prasada dihi dhi buddhayaha. Correct? Sanskrit students. So Ishvara prasada buddhi, dual. Okay. So that was talked about. So what is the difference between that and Nishkama Bhakti? Is there any difference? Are we learning something new concept here? Appears new because Bhakti is a different, same love, same devotion. And without the Prasada Buddhi and Ishwararpana Buddhi, Bhakti will not be there. Without Bhakti, Ishwararpana Buddhi, Prasada Buddhi will not be there. In fact, Paramarthananda ji is saying, Karma Yoga is equal to Nishkama Bhakti. Therefore, we are not learning anything very new right now. It is just a different language. It appears like a different attitude, but the Prasana Buddhi and Ishwararpana Buddhi is equal to Nishkama Bhakti. Then what is that? Why are they using two different words? Sadhana Drishtya. Sadhana Drishtya means what? If you look at what I am doing, if I look at what I am doing, then from that perspective, it is called Karma Yoga. Sadhana Drishtya Karma Yoga, Bhavana Drishtya Nishkama Bhakti. Bhavana Drishtya. Bhavana means my attitude, my emotions, my expressions, how I feel inside. Okay. If I look at that feeling, that bhavana, then we use the word Nishkama Bhakti. Like that, Swami Paramarthananda ji educates us. Okay. And so, of course, Bhagavan, we can't forget Bhagavan. So Bhakti is there. So the question arises, one class there was a question. Krishna. The tendency is to look at Krishna as a person. As a person, human being, male, okay, with a flute and with nice dress and very pleasing appearance, etc., born so and so. That is how he is presented, avatar. But when Krishna is talking these shlokas, Mam, Eshyasi Kaunteya, etc., Yati Mam, etc., every other shloka we saw. Yeah, you gain me. You will gain me. That person will gain me. And so, if you look at Krishna as a person, you will gain me means because a person has to be located somewhere. So where is Krishna located? If a child asks, where is Krishna living now? Yeah. You have to answer, say something. You have to say something. Based on the age of the child. Young age means you say give a particular answer. The college student means you have to give a different answer. You can't give the same answer. Correct? Where is Krishna living? I thought Krishna was dead. Why are you worshipping Krishna, a dead person? Suppose somebody asks, children will ask this question. When somebody asks like that, you say, Shabash beta. Shabash beta. Don't be shocked. You say, Shabash beta. Even I did not think like you, my dear son, my dear daughter. Okay. I did not think like you. You're right. Krishna also died, hunter. Killed Krishna. So then whether is he still alive or what? So these questions have to come. That is why this Krishna that who's talking, we can't assume this Krishna with a Govardhana Giridhari and Pitambari, etc. You can't say. That is a limited understanding of Krishna. That is okay to understand Krishna's avatara. But then when he says, you reach me, either you can say you come to me in Golok Vrindavan or wherever he is, or you go beyond that. and say, hey, in India, if you ask, where is God? If you ask that question publicly, so if you ask somebody this question, they will think something is wrong with you. Correct? In India, other places, I don't know. Other places and all, God is a different idea of God. But in India, nobody will ask, where is God? Not possible. Even in dream, they won't ask this question, where is God? Because where is not God is the question. What do you mean? What are you asking? Where are you coming from? कहाँ से आ रहे हो आप? कहाँ से आ रहे हो आप? Where are you coming from? अमेरिका से आ रहे हैं? Europe? Huh? Even Japanese people seem to know all these things. Chinese people seem to know. And you are asking this silly question. And so an Indian will not ask this question. It's not possible. Now, atheist is okay. Atheist, I don't believe God exists. Okay? Don't believe God exists. That's okay. That's a different thing. God is nowhere. Atheist will say what? God is nowhere. And Nishkama Bhakta will come and say, God is nowhere, did you say? No. God is now here. God is now here. Not nowhere. Now here. That is our idea. Now here. Here and now. That's it. You don't have to go anywhere to search for God. And so that is Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya. So our Swamis are all, they come up with all these nice things. So therefore, that means if that is true, then you can ask the question. When the child asks the question, the teenager asks the question, then why are you going to the temple? What is all this prayer? This, that. Good. Keep asking that question. That is the way you should ask. Only in Sanatana Dharma you can ask and you will find answers and that will liberate. That's it. Ask the question. I may not know how to explain it, but keep asking that question. Go to Swamiji, ask the question. Brilliant. So the atheists will all come through Vedanta, they become religious. I've seen that also happen. There are some friends I've made that who are like that. Okay. So, because we need that clarity. And so, so we saw these two shlokas which are very important, which is that Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yume Bhaktya Prayachati and Yat Karoshi Yad Ashnasi. These two we saw. So, and I think we translated that also, I think, right? Yat Karoshi was done. Yeah. So let's chant, let's go to the next one, number 28. शुभाशुभफलैरेवम्
शुभाशुभफलैरेवम्
मोक्ष्यसे कर्मबन्धनैः
मोक्ष्यसे कर्मबन्धनैः
सन्न्यासयोगयुक्तात्मा
सन्न्यासयोगयुक्तात्मा
विमुक्तो मामुपैष्यसि
विमुक्तो मामुपैष्यसि
शुभाशुभफलैरेवम्
शुभाशुभफलैरेवम्
मोक्ष्यसे कर्मबन्धनैः
मोक्ष्यसे कर्मबन्धनैः
सन्न्यासयोगयुक्तात्मा
सन्न्यासयोगयुक्तात्मा
विमुक्तो मामुपैष्यसि.
विमुक्तो मामुपैष्यसि.
So now the phalam, the result of this Nishkama Bhakti is mentioned in the shloka number 28. Okay. Shubha Shubha Phalam. This is a technical word in Vedanta. Okay. This is Krishna is consciously using this word. Wherever you find the Shubha and Ashubha. Shubha means desirable, Ashubha means undesirable. Shubha and Ashubha. Or Shubha means Punyam, Ashubha means Papa. Two different interpretations are there. Both are identical. Papam is desirable. I mean, Punyam is desirable. Papam is not desirable. A Punyam Papam, or desirable, undesirable. That is the meaning of the Shubha Ashubha. Punyam Papam itself is Shubha. Punyam Papam is there. And then this is a pair of opposites, right? Shubha and Ashubha, pair of opposites. And here Krishna is saying, Shubha Ashubha Phalaihi Karma Bandhanaihi. These Shubha and Ashubha are Karma Bandhanam. Bandhana Vastu they are. They bind. Shubha and Ashubha bind us. Desirable things bind us. Undesirable, if I say, bind us. So that's what Raga Dvesha. Raga is there. Shubha means Raga will be there. Ashubha means Dvesha will be there. So Raga Dvesha are always binding. Because I cannot get away from this. I am helpless. I want desirable things, I don't want undesirable. This is how life is. And so what happens now? Why is the Shubha and Ashubha Karma Bandhana means, hey, I am a karma, I am a karmi. Means what? I do karma. Human being does karma, has free will, does karma. Karma means karma phalam is there. Drishta phalam is there, adrishta phalam is also there. And adrishta phalam has to be either papam or punyam. Papam punyam, papam punyam. You have to be careful because we think I am doing good somewhere, but really speaking, it may result in some papam also. Because our knowledge is limited. We have a lot of constraints, we have a lot of pressures, and so we may end up getting papam also. That is why we are a Mishra. They're all Mishras, papam and punyam. So, papa punyam. Then what happens? The problem is, why don't I get moksha in this life if I say? The problem is well answered by saying, what happens to all you punyam and pap? Who's going to exhaust all that? Any result of my action has to be experienced by me. And some results are immediately experienced. Like I have lunch, I immediately experience that. I become a bhokta right away. By every mouthful, I am a bhokta. Okay. But some results will come later, fructify later through some way which we can't figure out. This is going to be constant, not just in this life. Next life, Shastram says, even the what body I'm going to get in the next life itself is a karma phalam only. My past karma only decided that I must be born in this particular form, in this body, human body, in this to this particular parents, in this particular place, and I must have this kind of education. All this is part of the karma phalam. Free will is there, of course. We are not going to forget that. But majority karma phalam. See, given a body, given a mind, given parentage, everything, then I say I have free will. Majority is all given. Majority is given. It's like this teenager whose parents are really wealthy, and so he gets whatever he wants. He comes to school in a car, high school, because they can now drive, huh? And so, or at least driving age is there. So he comes in a sports car. Look at what I did. I come in a sports car. Everybody says, "Hey, Kyari, what is this? Hey, oh, this is an imported car, huh? Yeah, imported car." So he's taking ownership to all of this. Hey, this fellow has nothing to do with this car, and car was just given to him, and so he is able to enjoy that car. But enjoy the car. Once the car is given, you can enjoy it. Same thing. Body is given. Of course, it's my karma phala only. My karma has resulted in this body, but I don't know it at that time, and so I enjoy it. But but then, so that karma phalam has to be experienced. Experience means sukha and dukkha. There's only two kinds of experiences. Different shades may be there, but sukha, dukkha. Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labhau jaya jayo. Sukha dukkha, over, that's it. Two types of experiences are. And so that has to be exhausted. Therefore, in order to exhaust that sukha and dukkha, the sharira is required. Deha is required. Conscious being must be there to experience that sukha and dukkha. Therefore, this becomes a cycle. In English, they call it transmigration. In Sanskrit, Punarjanma is there. And Punarjanma is there. At least if I keep living as an animal, Papa is exhausted. But to enjoy Punyam, sometimes animal life is not enough. Not enough. Being born as a cow in Gujarat is Punya. Is Punyam only because that cow will be taken care of. And it will be taken care of until the last day. Last day of its life, it will be taken care of. So that's definitely a Punya Sharir. But then the best way to enjoy the Punyam is to have free will. Correct? That is the best way to enjoy. Then I can decide how to enjoy my life also. So that much freedom Bhagavan gives. And so this cycle is going to continue. And that cycle is indicated by this Shubha and Ashubha. And there Krishna is saying, hey, that is karma bandhanam. Shubha and Ashubha is karma bandhanam. Means it's binding. It is bondage, that's it. Even a dharmic person will get a lot of punyam. And that punyam will bind because that punyam has to be exhausted. That doesn't mean I don't want to follow dharma. Obviously, I want to follow dharma. Otherwise, Papa is waiting. And therefore, Shubha Shubha Karma Bandhanaihi Okshyase Evam. Evam means in this manner. In this manner. In this manner means in what manner? Huh? They have to look back now. They have to look back. So in this manner means he talked about Yat Karoshi Yadashnasi, then Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Those two shlokas we can take. So Nishkama Bhakti is highlighted there. And Tadaham Bhaktya Upahritam. Okay, Bhakti Upahritam is there in 26. So Nishkama Bhaktya. Okay, we saw that. So that is that's significant. Therefore, if Evam, in that manner, that person, you Mokshya you become liberated. That is what Krishna is saying here. Liberated from what? From this karma bandhana. What kind of karma bandhana? Shubha and Ashubha. Famously called Shubha and Ashubha. Punyam and Papam. There is a popular argument that Punyam and... See, we understand the quantity. We understand that if Punya and Papam have to be exhausted, we immediately compare it to the way we exhaust whatever is there. We have water at home, this pure water, and then it is exhaust. Then you have to get the bottled water if you don't have a machine. So everything gets exhausted. Refrigerator, you go open the refrigerator, a lot of vegetables and fruits are there. Then you close the door. Then after some time you open it, it's half empty, exhausted. Exhausting, then exhausted. Bread is not there. So we have to get bread. So this idea we have. Every human being has this idea. Every animal has this idea. Something is getting over, not available. So, therefore, we apply that concept to Punya Papa. We apply that idea to Punya Papa. So, if I have Punya Papa, the way to exhaust it is what? By living it and then exhausting it. And therefore, slowly I'll exhaust it. Or fast also I may exhaust it. I don't know. And therefore, I need to live many lives. After which you will exhaust. This is the common thinking. Many people think that is right. I mean, it is true in the sense that the quantity will reduce or increase based on my action. No doubt about that. That is how I built my punya balance anyway. And so, but then the problem, there's only one slight problem there. The problem is, as I said, too many janmas have gone past. That is the only problem. So the amount of punya papa is not finite. If it is finite, what you said is correct. I can somehow live a life so I will do good things. I can't do good things also because if I do good, punya will come. Punya will come. I can't be generous and all that. All this helping people and all I have to stop because punyam. And punyam will come means I may go off to Swarga also. We don't know. long, like Ushitva Shashwati Samaha. Krishna is going to say that. So that also I can't do. Oh my God, I can't help others. What about lie? If I don't tell the truth, can I lie? No, lying also is a problem because papam. What? How should I live my life? It won't work. There is no. It is not possible. It is just not possible. You think about it. Exhausting punyam I can exhaust. I just enjoy bhoga and then do this, whatever. Bhoga. I can without hurting anybody, bhoga. Okay? Okay, I'm exhausting punyam. Papam, how to exhaust? Dukha will be there. Dukha is there. Okay, I have disease and all sickness, all these things are there, family problems are there, all dukha is coming. So papa is also exhausted. Yeah, I think that's a nice idea. Nice idea. And I don't have to do any charity. So I don't have to spend any money also. Because I cannot gain punya, should not gain. This kind of thing doesn't work. Because infinite. Punya and papa is infinite. Because infinite janmas I've lived. That is how it is. It's tempting to find out when did my life start? When did my life start? So we said no, that won't work because Ajnanam is anadi. Jivaha anadi. Okay. So therefore, this is a circle. This is unending. And trying to diminish my punya and papa balance, this idea has to be given up. That formula will not work for moksha. Therefore, this jnanam comes, and therefore, jnanena eva mokshaha is a brilliant thesis here by Krishna. Okay, so evam, in this manner, you will be released. Okay, in the manner mentioned in the two previous shlokas. Why? Such a person is a sannyasa yoga yuktatma. Sannyasa yoga yuktatma. That person is not a sannyasi. We've not been talking about sannyasis all along. Just a person who has nishkama bhakti, who's grown out of sakama bhakti. That is what we've been talking about. Here he says sannyasa yoga yuktatma. No problem. Sannyasa. That person has done sannyasa of all ragas and dveshas. All binding desires gone. Kama and artha, desire for kama and artha also gone. This is sannyasa. That is the sannyasa that is being talked about here. Tyaga, phalatyagaha. Phalatyagaha. I'll do whatever I have to do, and whatever happens, happens. Phalatyagaha. It's absolutely amazing, it is. So Krishna uses a very strong word there. That person is a sannyasa. And yoga yuktatma. One who is committed to sannyasa means phalatyaga and yoga. Yoga, karma yoga. Karma yoga also has phalatyaga. But here tyaga is highlighted. Because nishkama bhakti. And so sannyasa yoga yuktatma. Mokshase. So tvam mokshase. Tvam mokshase. You. Here he is addressing Arjuna. Krishna is addressing Arjuna. Tvam mokshase. And why yoga? Shankaracharya says karmatvat. Because action is involved yoga. Action is involved yoga. Very critical. Action is always binding. Karma is always binding. The only way action cannot bind me is by my attitude. What attitude? Karma yoga buddhi. That is the only way known to humanity. There is no other way. There is no other way. Other way is not known yet. Okay? And so that attitude, that's what will insulate me from raga dvesha. Karma yoga buddhi. Greatest insulator. That is why karma yogi, somewhere we read in the 3rd chapter or 4th chapter, without karma yoga, sannyasa also can, life of sannyasa can be a nightmare. Dukkham aptum ayogataha. Okay, we saw that before. Dukkham sannyasastu mahabaho. Dukkham aptum ayogataha. Hey, don't think you are going to run away to Rishikesh and then you want to, this is all too much to handle and run away. No, no, no. Dukkham aptum ayogataha. You become a sannyasi, then your mind will be wondering, what is this? What did I do? Why did I run away? I'm supposed to be there. And I ran away and people are going to smile at me. People are going to laugh at me, not smile, laugh at me. This fellow, Arjuna, Arjuna. नहीं जानते अर्जुन वो अर्जुन oh what Gandiva and all that Arjun, you know what he did? He went to the battlefield and then walked away. This is his resume. After all the things he's done, he's fought Shiva and he got all this Pashupadastra and all that. Then there are people who only talk about is running away. That's it. After that, your life is ruined. Therefore, Sannyasastu Mahabaho Dukkam Aptum Ayogata. Without Karma Yoga, even sannyasa is just a word, that's all. There's no sannyasa. You just put on some clothes and then you suffer after that. Okay? He said that. Therefore, yoga is very important. And so, Karma Tvat Shankaracharya says. Because karma, only through a life of karma yoga, I can say I'm becoming free. I'm becoming free because when I am not, I can accept whatever happens to my body and mind. Then what? Nobody can touch me. So the karma yoga is so important. Somewhere Arjuna is asking, which is better? Sannyasa yoga hava, karma yoga hava. Krishna says karma yoga. Karma yoga. Because that is enough. You first think about karma yoga. That's what Krishna is saying. That same sannyasa yoga yuktatma. Sannyasa, not that ashrama sannyasa. Phalatyagena sannyasaha and yogaha. Because karma yoga buddhi is there. That person sannyasa yoga yuktatma vimuktaha mam upaishyasi. That person becomes a vimuktaha. So that person gains moksha in this life, jivan muktaha. And then Jivaneva Mukta. Jivaneva Mukta. Shatrupatya. Jivan. Living. While living, the person becomes a Muktaha. Muktihi labhate saha. Then Vimuktaha bhavati. And after death, what happens? After death, nothing can happen. Nothing can happen. Body, there is nothing there for a new body to appear. No karma is there. Sanchita karma is gone because karta is gone, no ownership is there. Sanchita karma is just hanging somewhere. Hanging somewhere. But law is there. The law is unfailing. Sudden disappearance. See, look at that. That is why scientists will love Vedanta. Nothing just disappears like that. You can't say, oh, it disappears. God can make anything disappear. No, God cannot make anything disappear. That's it. God cannot violate God's laws. Okay. Physics and chemistry are Ishvara for us. And Ishvara cannot violate Ishvara's laws. Okay. Therefore, nothing disappears, it's all there. But for a jnani, this kartritvam is not there. So Kanchita karma will not affect the jnani and it will not have the power. It is toothless to create another body. We saw all that before. And so that person vimuktaha bhavati. Okay, that word vimuktaha should be understood that way. Muktaha means after death, that person becomes free and mam aishyasi. Gains me. After death. Goes to Vaikuntha. If I say that, you have to question me. You have to question me. Then go to Vaikuntha and all. Hey, there's no going. Sarva Vyapi Ishvaraha. Sarva Vyapi Atma. Where can Atma go? Atma cannot go anywhere because everything is Atma. Everything is Brahma. Therefore, Mam Eshyasi means it is a figurative usage. Gaining, going, reaching, these are all figurative expressions. Okay. Then why does Krishna say that? He says that because it is a recognition of a magnificent fact. Recognition of a magnificent fact that I am not separate from you. In fact, I am you. And so I am you. That is how I can gain you. There's no other way to gain you. A finite entity cannot gain Ishvara. Ishvara is not going to be flattered by Patram, Pushpam, Palam. There's no flattering here. You're already a Nishkama. You're already a sannyasi. Therefore, when he says, I accept this, means you've grown up a lot. You've grown up a lot. And you're becoming me. You're becoming me. Almost me now. That is what Krishna is saying. So, Mam Eshyasi. And Then beautiful shloka coming next, which is in response to a potential question from a Purva Pakshi who has an objection, and we will see that in the next class. Okay. Om Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyaya. Okay, we have to translate the shloka, right? Sorry. Okay, let's do this. In this way, you will be released from the bondage of karma. In this way, you will be released from the bondage of karma. Puja Swamiji's translation. Which is in the form of desirable and undesirable results. Which is in the form of desirable and undesirable results. In brackets, you can say punyam and pap. So punyam and papam stretches our idea of the common idea of desirable and undesirable. Desirable after death is called punyam. And punyam need not be after death, of course, right? Punyam can fructify any moment. Every moment of the day, punyam is fructifying. Okay, which is in the form of desirable and undesirable results within brackets punyam and papam. Full stop. Being one whose mind is endowed with, being one whose mind is endowed with the tyaga buddhi or sannyasa buddhi. Both are identical here. Sannyasa buddhi. Okay? Just that it makes it very clear that we are not talking about a sannyasi. Okay? Sannyasa buddhi means tyaga buddhi. Being one whose mind is endowed with tyaga buddhi, sannyasa buddhi, and karma yoga. And karma yoga, you who will be released or who has been released, you who have been released, mukta have been released, apratyaya, muchidatu. Okay, you who have been released will come to me, will come to me, come, etc. in quotation marks. So let me read this. In this way, you will be released from the bondage of karma, karma, which is in the form of desirable and undesirable results, within brackets, punyam and papam, full stop. Being one whose mind is endowed with sannyasa buddhi and karma yoga, karma, you who have been released will come to me. Okay? Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om